Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Club. This is Joe Shoup with our administrator, Shirley Pitts. Shirley, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine and dandy, heading toward phenomenal.
All righty. That's what Mark likes to hear.
Something like that anyway.
Yeah, it's fantastic. All right, we're going to get good morning, everyone. If you would just type in the box, let us know that you can hear us, please. And Shirley, let me know when you see some things. I'm going to get right underway. I want to tell you we have a number of things to cover today in 30 minutes. We will be 30 minutes today, regardless of where we are. We are going to now make that change with the Breakfast Club. We will be 30 minutes from now on. And we will keep to that. And if I run over time, Shirley's going to let me know and let me know that we are running close to that time. So once again, good morning, and we have a number of things to cover today. Of course, the topic today and will be and is always building cooler brands. And we will be talking about ways to do that, but I want to cover a few things first. I want to give you an update on the postcards. These postcards, I just got off the phone with Len Kenzie. He's very excited. The process now is to market Zip in Store. We launched it. It's in the production stage. It is our responsibility as community members to now do what we say we do, which is we market or brand and help these companies, these projects and products get off the ground. So we've got the finances together. Now it's a matter of marketing. So in the next 20 minutes, we will switch over to a screen share, and we will show you the postcard, complete it, show you the website and how to order these cards. We are going to talk about this, and I want to first of all say thank you to Bill Hilbert. Bill is a partner of mine. He is a business owner. He owns Custer Signs in South Dakota, and he is responsible for the production of this. We talked about it. We needed something to be able to hand to people physically, and not just a business card, but a marketing tool, an advertising piece. And when we get to it, I'll show you it does two things, but it is a beautiful piece. It is ready to be ordered. We will show you that in a little bit. But I want to say again, a special thank you to Bill Hilbert, who actually put his heart and soul into this with helping create it, and he laid it all out. He did all the artwork. And I can tell you that what that would have cost had we gone to someone outside of Cooler Brands. But he was willing to work with me, take our ideas together and lay them out and make a beautiful card. Len Kenzie is very excited about it. So Bill, I think you're on the call with us. It looks like that's you there. I want to thank you from me and Len and the Cooler Brands community for really helping us get this off the ground and be able to use this tool now, an effective tool to communicate our message to people and to market Zip in Store now. So thank you again. All right, number two. As I said, we're talking about planning and building. And I'm going to do a little slide presentation right here to talk about things and how we do that. I also want you to be aware, I'm going to share my screen first right now. I want you to be aware that some of you, most of the company uses the Cooler Brands opt-in websites, meaning that you send people information, they see a website that says, here's a short little video. Now, if you want more information, fill this out, learn more. And it goes to the 30-minute video where Peter Gantner explains the company, and it gives them an opportunity to register and communicate with us. Well, the good news is now that Peter and Doug Jan had asked me to help with the back end letters here. When someone fills out the information, what do they get? We've had other emails in the past that did some basic things, sent them to a webinar. Now I'm going to show you the first set of letters that will be in there, and this is what people will get now when they fill out your capture page. So let me see if I can share my screen, Shirley. When I do that, just let me know. And I'm sharing now. I know we have a tunnel, but let's try this right here. Okay, so can you see my screen, Shirley?
I can see it, but it's kind of small.
Small. I don't think I can get it any bigger than that because this is the back office of Tools Rock, and I can't get that picture any bigger than that. So how small is it?
Well, I can read the Cooler Brands community, but then the Joseph, it's really, but my eyes aren't that good.
Yeah,
I can read most of the.
Find that in my emails. I don't want to go over and find it now in my emails, but this, we're going to have to deal with this at the moment. But here's a suggestion for everyone. Go to your opt-in link and click that link and fill out the information as if you were a prospect and go forward with it, and you will get this letter. This is the first letter that you are going to receive, a prospect is going to receive when they fill out the capture page. And here's what it says. Joseph, thank you for responding to our national ad campaign. As stated in the Cooler Brands company overview, we are looking for like-minded people who are honest and ambitious and have a desire to be part of a revolutionary, innovative business model. To continue the interview process and answer any questions, contact me at the number listed below. To revisit the Cooler Brands company overview, go here now. And if we click go here now, it will take them back to the 35-minute video without filling out the capture page again. And it says, thank you, Joseph Shoup, and whatever, your phone number and email address. So what it does, it asks people to contact you, because right now the opt-in page doesn't ask them for their phone number. In the future, we are pushing to get that done. Right now, it's not priority, so that's what happens. So this letter goes out the very minute the prospect fills out the capture page, and 3 days later, they get a second letter, and 3 days after that, they get a third letter. Now, that takes, obviously, that takes 9 days or 6-7 days. So we're going to be adding letters to that, which are very similar to this, and they are going to continue to ask the person to call you and to set up an appointment and get together, discuss the possibilities. And those letters will continue, for, who knows? We don't know how many will go out, but it will clearly be within 30 days. So that's the one change that you have now. Those letters should already be set up in your back office. So again, use the opt-in page, put your information in as if you were a prospect, and watch this letter come to you. You'll see exactly what it looks like in full screen. So that's the next thing I wanted to cover. Okay, now I'm going to take you to this little, I'm going to share my screen a little bit more here. Let's get rid of this now. And let me get you over to here and back to this. All right, so let's take a look at something here. And I want to go over something with you. We're going to be looking at the daily habits of highly successful people. All right, this is about the plan. In order to be successful, you have got to create a plan. And I'm going to show you this in a quick PowerPoint. You need to have that plan in place. That's what you need first. So let's take a look and see what experts talk about the habits of highly successful people. And here's what it says. We all know that habits can either help or hurt your success in life. Bad habits can fester and grow in a lifestyle that takes you away from the things you want to do, and good habits can help you create life that's full of action and accomplishment. If you were to look at someone you respect, someone who's successful, you would see that they spend each day doing the things that help them accomplish their biggest goals. This isn't to say they're perfect, because no one is, but despite the things that are not perfect in their lives, they continue to make moves that have a positive impact, and it starts with their daily habits. Education and experience don't guarantee success. Attitude and habits do. Now, while we can all study successful habits, it's meaningless if we don't implement knowledge. So here are 10 daily habits of highly successful people, habits you can adopt to create the life you truly want to live. Successful people plan out their day the night before. It's easy to get off track when you don't have a plan. Without planning what your day will look like, you wake up not knowing what you want to do or accomplish. Successful people spend a little time the night before giving themselves clear goals for the next day. Then they wake up and go down their list. Life doesn't always work out as planned, but with a plan, you can adjust without losing momentum. Now, I don't make this stuff up. This is what successful people do. So the first step here to start building your Kula Brands business, pretending today is your first day, or maybe it is your first day. You've got to start with your plan, and those plans start before you go to bed at night. What will you be doing the next day? We'll cover that. So let me do this and take you to the beginning now. All right, as we said, 10 daily habits. First of all, you got to create a daily routine. Look at the word routine. That means that it's something that you do over and over again, daily. It doesn't mean every day you do the same thing, as you will see in one of these other slides, but you must create the daily routine. And keep the mornings for the toughest jobs. Getting out of the way. So here's a question that you should write down. What is your toughest job when it comes to building Kula Brands? What would you say? You can type it in if you want to, but write it down on a piece of paper. What is the toughest job that you have during the day when you wake up, when you get to working and say, look, I'm working Kula Brands today. What's the toughest job you have? It's probably different for everybody. I suspect a high number of people will have one thing. I'm sure of it. What is the toughest job? And of course, take time to work out and meditate. Schedule time for revenue generating activities. Here's another question that you'll want to take a look at. Write it down for yourself. What are your revenue generating activities? What is that? What is that for you? What activities generate revenue? There's a hint right in front of you. So write that down. What do you think that is? You can put it on the board if you want. Shirley can tell me if people put that up there, Shirley. It's okay. And you got to track your progress once you do that. Look, the second reason for business failure in all of business is poor record keeping. How can you possibly know what you're doing if you don't track your progress? So if you have a plan and you say, this is what I'm going to do, here's my daily routine, if you don't go track it, it's probably not going to work. This is the biggest problem, is organizing yourself to have this activity charted and track it properly. Create a spreadsheet. Important stuff. Refresh yourself with quality family time. Take time out each day and say, okay, here's my hour. I'm off. Look, if you had a job at IBM, you'd get an hour for lunch, right? Take the time off. Providing you have started your daily routine and you were working for an hour or so. Or maybe you work all day at another job and you come home and you're going to work and do things with Cooler Brands between 5 and 6 or 7 and 8 at night. You still have to have family time. Look, I work with Vicki Terry, Shirley Pitts, Mark Stevens, Bill Hilbert, Roland Roberts, a number of people that we work together. And what we try to do is come up with solutions to issues that come up. There's nothing wrong with not liking someone's idea. It's called constructive recommendations. I don't always agree with everybody. They don't always agree with me. But we come up with a solution. I don't make the decisions on what things should look like on, the Zip and Store postcard, or even an email, or even like something, or our welcome to coolerbrands.com back office. We do it together and work, and we encourage people solutions. Now, here's a little chart. What teamwork really looks like. Having clear, logical objectives. That's that planning thing that for yourself. Making sure everyone understands their role. Let me tell you something. If you haven't had the communication class that we hold, and we teach, then you don't quite understand your role when you're communicating with people. Let me just say this. There's an old saying by Werner Erhard that says, if you don't know something, it's a shame. But when you don't know, it could be tragic. Let me give you an example. Let's assume for a minute you were taking your family out to dinner. And let's assume that you know that you think that or let's say you don't have enough money on your credit card or debit card or your credit that's not going to buy a $150 dinner for your family. Let's say you knew that. What would be the solution to that if you knew? You'd find either cash, you'd cancel the dinner, you would get another credit card, you would go to the bank and put money on the debit card, whatever it was. You would clearly have a way to come up with a solution if you knew that there was a problem. But let's assume you didn't know that you didn't know it. Because that's what Werner says. It's tragic when you don't know you don't know. So let's assume you said, let's go to dinner, everybody, and you get to dinner, and you don't know that you don't know that you don't have any money with you. Now imagine what that would feel like in front of the restaurant, the people, and your family if you couldn't pay for the meal. And you know why you couldn't? Because you didn't know that you didn't know. So it is very clear to me that in this business that a lot of people don't know what they don't know. And one of them is this idea of what role are you taking? What role do you play in this communication process? And I tell you, it's extremely important for your comfort level and for your progress and to be able to handle the phone call. So I wanted to spend a little time on that because it's really, really critical to understand that. Delegating tasks to people with the right skills. We could go over that with Vicki and how she can do things for us that nobody else can do. We know the Bill being able to do the postcards because I don't have that understanding. So being able to do that, you form a team around you that do these things. Using people with different skills, taking a positive attitude and learn from setbacks. Creating enthusiasm and initiative to make things happen. Corey does that on Facebook. He's always creating enthusiasm on there. Being supportive. in an informal group atmosphere. Once again, that happens on Facebook. Corey's created those types of atmospheres over there. Pay attention to it. Look, here's that listening to others and giving constructive feedback if needed. Don't be afraid of that. Just don't criticize. It's constructive recommendations. And maybe your recommendation isn't right either. And being comfortable with disagreement and seeing it as useful. Having people who can coordinate and accept responsibility. So that's what teamwork looks like. Now, here's an important part of this. Segregate each day for separate business activity. That means you might be making phone calls on Monday, but Tuesday you have your day off. I don't make the phone calls and look for new people on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are my days to do that. So when you put your plan together on what activities you're going to do, make sure that you take certain days, segregate those business activities so that it doesn't get complicated for you, and then continue learning. I tell you that, you have to learn this communication process and learn your role and learn how to move people into one of two directions. One, learn how to move them to get more information, or two, learn how to get them over to a director who can guide them to registration. And there are techniques to make that happen. And these are the things you have to learn. If you're serious about building this business, then you'll be serious about learning. Until I learned the techniques that we incorporate here, until I did that, I was useless. And it starts all with thinking. It's not the learning of facts, education. It's not. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. And that's what we're trying to get you to do here, is to think. So here's a little review. 10 daily habits, create a routine. Keep the mornings for the toughest projects. Work out and meditate. Give a head start to tomorrow, today. Schedule time for revenue-generating activities. Track your business. Refresh yourself with quality family time. Encourage team to provide solutions, not problems. Segregate each day for separate business activity and continue learning. Now, we got 10 minutes here. You can go back and review this stuff, but I tell you that this particular slide here, once you get back into the replay and write this down, incorporate this into the habits that you need to have to be successful. It's what successful people do. So go back and review it. Now, there's another issue here, making phone calls to people, because the things that you need to do to build Kula Brands are this. You need to learn social media. You're going to get all that education over at the social networks and what Corey's teaching you. It's not the only thing to learn, but it certainly is something you need to learn. To learn how to post, learn how to do the successful things to find successful people or market your product, learn how to develop that fan page. Now, you might want to write this down. I think I can show this to you very quickly. Let's see if I can get us over here. Let's see. I'm back over to here. That's not where I want to be. Okay, let's go over here and go. I think I can get there. Look, this is a website you can all use. We created this. Welcome to KulaBrands.com. And it has all these areas to help build your business. Have a new person come in and have them read what it means to be welcomed to Kula Brands. And then go to the Getting Started tab and show them how to get started. Okay, I won't go through this today, but these are things you need to go review. This is part of the planning process. So planning should mean this. Here's the question you need to ask yourself to get started. How much money do I need to make on a monthly basis to make this worth my time? You need to write that number down. make it stretchingly realistic. June 2017, I want to make $1,500 a month, something like that. And the next part of it is, okay, what activities will I need to do to make that happen? And here are the activity choices. One is you learn social media. And you get over there with Corey and that crew and find out how to do that. If you don't want to do that and you're not going in that direction, make sure that you're selecting at least two of the other ones. One is making phone calls. To whom? Who do I make the phone calls to? You know what the answer is? Anybody and everybody. Gather up business cards. You know, here's a perfect way. Go to the yellow pages and select businesses, and you can call businesses. We did this many times. If you have nobody to call, you can call up a business and tell them that you're expanding in the area. You're really looking for some good people. You realize that they're a business. You're not looking for their people, but as a business person, you know, who do you know that might be interested in a career change for the right money? If you have enough courage to pick up the phone to do that, you're going to find a business owner who's going to say, look, I got a nephew. He doesn't work for me, but he might. But you put the word out there that you are looking for good people and you're part of the community of business people. They may send you somebody. If you have nobody to call, don't sit back and go play around on Facebook. Find a way, go to a phone book and call businesses and find out, you know, tell them that you live in the area. There's a business that's growing in the area. We have some products that you might want to see. But really, the reason I'm calling is you are a business person, and I know you may know some people. I'm not looking for your people, obviously, but I wanted to ask you a quick question. Since we are under expansion and looking for some people who are honest and ambitious, who do you know that might be interested in a career change for the right money, or maybe even part-time? They may say to you, my nephew, my niece. So there's an example of a phone call. So it's the Facebook, social media, you know, and it's phone calls. You've got to learn techniques in phone calls. How to, if that person said, no, look, don't call here anymore, where do you go from there? It's not a big deal. You're going to get that.
Joe, you've got a couple minutes.
Yep, thanks. So there's the second part. The next thing is handing out brochures, handing out pieces of information. So let me take you to that right now. Let me see if we can get that over there. Here we go. Can we see that, Shirley?
Yes.
Here is the Zippin Store postcard created. Bill Hilbert's company put this all together. There is a way to get these cards now. And you can see in the address bar up here, it's shop.printfounders.com/ZippinStore. I will be sending that out, but for those who are writing and go back to the replay, shop.printfounders.com/ZippinStore, and this is what will come up. You can go look at the prices over here by selecting the quantity. Imagine for a moment that 500 of the 1,800 people we have gave out one of these a day, or one even a week. You'd have 500 more pieces out there, either every day, every week, every couple of days. You need to take a good look at this. This is something you need in your hands. And if you have any questions, just give me a call. But you can see the information that's going to be in here. So go ahead and review this. So Shirley, do we have any questions about this, about anything right now?
No, it's not clear enough to read because it's so small.
Yeah.
Under the selected quantity, you can't read any of that stuff.
Okay, well, they just need to go to shopprintfounders.com/ZippinStore, and you will see this.
Yeah.
So Len's very excited about it. It is our job now to market ZippinStore, to hand stuff to people. So that's the third way to do that. And that's, you either do that with people you know or people you don't know. Be creative with this. So emails is the fourth one. sending emails to people, social media, phone calls, emails, and what was the second one I said? People in part, like I said, you're gonna see people everywhere you go. There's lots of ways you can hand this out. So anyway, that's what you'll want to do, is go there and do that. Now, the last thing I want to say is the Founders Club is still open for those who get ready for the next four people that you bring into the company. You can get into the Founders Club and share in the profits of the company. I don't know when the deadline is for that, but you need to focus on that and start thinking. That's one of my plans, to be in the Founders Club.
1st.
What's that?
I think it's December 1st.
Okay, so we got 4 weeks. Get 4 people, get into the Founders Club, and let's make that happen. So, Shirley, any questions there?
No, but Joe has the http shop.printfounders.com/zipinstore.
Yeah, you probably have to put either www or http shop.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to. If you just typed in shop.printfounders.com/zipinstore, you would get there. But yes, you can put the www or http. I don't know which one it is.
Mm-hmm. Colleen says something about webinar freeze and a question mark.
A what?
He says, thank you.
Oh.
Did webinar freeze?
Did webinar freeze? I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. Oh, it must have froze up on her. She's back now.
Okay, good. All right, well, let's just say goodbye here. Thank you for being here, everyone. Look, we're gonna talk tonight again at 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. We'll go ahead and do that. I'll send a notice out for that. It's actually tonight will not be I don't think we'll do it. Well, maybe we'll do the webinar again instead of just a phone call. I just want people to see this again. Raise some questions for tonight about talking to people, because I want to cover how to leave a message when you call someone and they're not there and you get their voicemail, whether it's a cold call or an appointment you had that didn't show up. What do you do? These are the kinds of things you need. And I'm going to cover techniques tonight in a conversation, how to use the proper techniques to move your conversation along. So with that, Shirley, thanks for being here once again and helping us. I appreciate that. As our administrator, you do a great job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for everyone, have a great day, and we'll see you tonight at the evening session. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.